In this video, we're taking a look at 2 Fridays of December 8th and December 15th. And both of these nights would have some really interesting stuff coming up. So be sure to watch this whole video. Anyways, we are here in Bartlett, Illinois, and we see CP180, which for the first time has manifest, at least the first time that I've seen it. But I do know it has had manifest before. Next up would be Metra 405 pushing a inbound Metra towards Chicago. And in case you don't know, 405 is Metra's Milwaukee Road Heritage locomotive. Oh, and by the way, we were waiting for KCS 4589, the safety starts here locomotive. If you go back 2 or 3 videos ago, you will see that we saw that on a DPU on a westbound UP manifest. Be sure to check it out. .181 would be following this train pretty closely, as it was only about 5 or 6 minutes later that he would come through. And for any of you guys wondering what a typical 181 looks like, I filmed the whole trains for you guys to see. And this one was a little short today, but they do typically run as short trains. Now it is December 15th, and we'd be waiting on M338, which had a decent amount of dash 8s. But we'd come to Bartlett first, because 180 and 181 would have to come through before 338. So, here's 180. Okay, here comes your Metra. After this Metra, we're going to get 181. And after 181, we're going to book it down to the Freeport sub to get our 338, which has the dash 8s on it. There's also SD60 on it too, so pretty interesting. But anyways, here comes your Metra. Just for some clarification, there would not be a SD60 on 338. That guy, I believe, got dropped off at Freeport. And second of all, we would see a outbound Metra with something pretty interesting on it that is relatively new. This guy was unexpected. We have a Mac leading this Metra. First catching one of these guys. Go check this out. And this 181 should be here any second. Guy. No sign of 181 yet. Might head out a little early. 181. Should have 2 CP units on it. I believe the leader's 8203. By this point, it was almost 10 o'clock, and supposedly 338 comes by me, which is around Bartlett, around 10 o'clock. And this also being the first time I even attempted to see a 338, I really had no idea on what time I should expect it. And the only other info I had was a scanner page and a Facebook post. And the Facebook post had not updated, and I've not heard a peep out of the scanner. And by the way, don't mind this drone footage. I just needed something to fill in time so I could explain some things. So because we had to get over to the Freeport sub, and there was really nothing else on the Elgin sub, we head over to the Freeport sub. Kind of an obvious decision. But just as we were going over there, we heard it hit the milepost 71 defect detector. And the last post was about 40 minutes previously at the milepost 92 marker. So this meant that it was kind of taking its time. Again, this train had dash 8s on it, so we kind of just wanted to get over there and we'd wait for how long we'd have to wait, which would be about an hour. But anyways, I just wanted to talk about how the dash 8s got into Iowa in the first place. So in late April, I think maybe into early May, CN M337 was taking dash 8s, which were the standard cab, the cowl bodies, and the wide cabs, to a buyer that was, I think, located in Dubuque, Iowa. I'm not for sure, though. By this point, CN has retired their dash 8s for almost 2 years. So, at least we were able to see them being shipped around, as seen here in this video. From, I want to say, late April of 2020. So once all these units were shipped out to Iowa, the owner took a look at them and found traces of asbestos, which I want to say is like some insulation, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. But there's some cancer-causing thing in them, so the buyer said, I don't want this anymore, and you guys can take these back. So in July of 2023, CN sent, I want to say, 22 of their dash 8s back eastbound, and I was unfortunately not able to see this. But 8 were still stored somewhere west of here. I believe in western Iowa. And CN wanted these guys back in mid-December. So that is why they were on M338. And because we missed the one in July, and this is probably going to be my last chance of getting these, kind of had to see this. All but 3 of these 8 dash 8s would be scrapped. I'd imagine it'd be 3 of some of the standard cab dash 8s, as they'd be heading up north to work in the Iron Range, which is in the northern part of the U.S., in case you're wondering. But this brings us back to today. And we are set up at the same location seen here on the screen, around 11 o'clock, which is the latest I've been out for a train, and probably will be for a long time. So here we are, 11 o'clock on the marker, CN M338, with 8 dash 8s and 2 SE70M dash 2s.